In this video, we'll understand what is a pivot table and how to make a pivot table in Microsoft Excel. So here is a sample data which contains information of class students. So in this column we have class 1, 2, 3. These are three different classes. This is the name of the students and this is the sex, whether the student is a male or female, and this is the fees receivable from the student. Now if we want to consolidate this information and analyze how much fees is receivable from students in class 1, students in class 2, or students in class 3, then one option that we have is we can add all the fees receivable one by one. But the problem in that is time taking. First. Second, if the data is huge, so say we have 15,000 students, then it is really difficult to consolidate and analyze such data. For this, we can use a tool provided by Microsoft Excel called Pivot Table. So when you go to Insert, you will see the option Pivot Table. Press on this option. It will say select a data or range. So in this case, this range is already selected. If it is not selected, you can select it like this. Then choose where you want the pivot table report to be placed, new worksheet or existing worksheet. So we can say existing worksheet. Location, we can say put it here. We'll say OK. As soon as we say OK, we get a blank pivot table with this right hand column. In this we have the fields listed of our data. These are the fields, and there are some column labels, row labels, sigma values, and report filter. Let's see how we can use it. Now we want total fees receivable each class wise. So we will pick the class field, we will drag it. So to drag, just press the left click and drag it into the row labels. As soon as we do that, we can see row labels here. So now this tells us that in the rows we have class 1, 2, 3. Now what we want in front of it, we want is fee receivable. So we will drag fee receivable in the values, right there. So in the values it is telling me the sum of fee receivable, right? So you can see how easily we were able to add this through the use of pivot table. Now if you want further detail that in each class how much fees is receivable from males and how much from females, we can just drag this sex field here and drop below the class field, and it is easily telling us, okay, so from each class, say class 1, so much fees is from the females and so much is from the males. This was very easy. Now I want to only see, say, the fees to be received from the females. So what we can do is we'll again drag this sex field and put into the reports filter, and here I want is only females. So this will give me the data only from the females, right? If I want males, I can do it only from the males. So this gives me the data only from the males, right? So you can drag any field here to filter according to that, right? Now if I want, what we can do is we can either put this into the column tables also. So in the previous one we dragged it below the row label, so it was coming below the class, that how many males or how many females. But if you want a different presentation, you can put it into the column labels. So now you can see how much fees is receivable from females and how much from males. One more thing which we can easily do with the pivot table is we can count what is the numbers of males and females. So for that we'll need to drag again this X in this. Now you can easily see we have the count of data as well. So we have count of you can see this is the female, this is the males. So you have how many? You have two females and three males, right? So this gives you total of 5. You can change the placing of fields to change the presentation as you like. Now in this presentation you can easily see what is the total of the sex and how it breaks up. So it also easily tells you how what is the breakup of the fees and what is the breakup of the numbers. So these are a few uses in which you can use pivot tables.